You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
All right, good morning, everyone. 7 o'clock, getting us started on this good old Monday morning. Sure hope you had a great weekend. It was a soggy one for sure. We're talking rainfall totals. That's all coming up here in just a little bit. But we're also talking about the fact that, well, we are in for another round of showers and thunderstorms as we head through the day today. So a live look there on the interstate. That's 640 and Western Avenue to get the morning started. No major issues on the roadways so far. We do have a little bit of fog showing up around town. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. But if you have to quickly leave the house, don't forget you can get a quick weather update with the daily forecast. It's already been posted through the East Tennessee Weather app or online at eastTNweather.com. That's a live view of watches and warnings across the country, and we actually have tornado watches down across the Gulf of Mexico from Louisiana into southern Mississippi and also the panhandle of Florida and southern Alabama as well, with flood watches extending all the way across the Tennessee Valley, so that does include us here, and winter weather advisories across parts of Kentucky if you have any travel plans into Louisville, Lexington, but that's going to be overnight tonight. Here's what's going on. Another round of area of low pressure is going to be swinging its way through the area, and that's what's going to help to spark off more showers. Didn't quite see as much rain yesterday evening as I anticipated, but the storm is still going to continue to swing its way on into the area. You can see how this low tracks its way right through East Tennessee. That's going to bring us a round of showers, some thunderstorms, maybe even a couple of strong thunderstorms as we head into the evening hours. We'll talk about that here in a moment as well. And then some wraparound snow showers for parts of the plateau and the mountains as we get into the day tomorrow. So we are talking about some colder weather, some cooler weather to return to East Tennessee. So we sure hope you have a wonderful and safe day. If you're joining us on Roku or Amazon Fire, don't forget, if you have time this morning, to jump over to social media and you can add to the chat here in just a moment. I do want to show you what it looks like outside with the weather cameras here at this hour. That's a live look there in Maryville. We have the overcast gray skies here to get the day started, but it's not going to last all day. Well, I should say the clouds are going to last all day, but the dry weather conditions that we have out there this morning will not last all day as more rain is set to arrive throughout the day today. All right, let's go back to the weather maps and talk about the forecast for the day today. If you step outside, we do have a little bit of fog showing up across the plateau and the mountain counties as it stands right now. No major fog issues to slow you way down, but we have had some rain showers, and the rain showers are starting to pick up across the Southern Valley, and that's really going to be the story. This is all going to be lifted its way northward throughout the day, and so we do have some wet roads, but again, mainly across the Southern Valley, Knox County up to, say, near the Tri-Cities area as well, where we've seen some rain showers during the overnight hours. Look how much rainfall we've seen over the last, since the rain started here this past weekend on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we still have another round of rain on the way. We've picked up over 2 to 3 pockets of 4 inches along and north of Interstate 40, a little bit less than that across the Southern Valley, anywhere from 1 to 2 inches, but with more rain on the way and some heavy rain expected across the Southern Valley, the National Weather Service has issued a flood watch. This runs until 7 o'clock here tonight. Does include Sevier County, Blount, Loudoun County, Monroe, and points further south towards Chattanooga. We also have a wind advisory until noon on Tuesday. So the wind's going to be cranking across the higher elevations. So do anticipate a breezy day in the valley, but a windy day across the highest peaks of the Smokies. The Storm Prediction Center has also issued a level 1 risk for some isolated strong thunderstorms. This will be south of Interstate 40. The best timing of that is going to be between 3 and 8 o'clock here tonight, okay? So between 3 and 8 o'clock. 3 o'clock closer to the plateau, and that would be Central Time. So we'll say 4 to 8 Eastern Time Zone. So something we're going to be watching for as this low-pressure system and the cold front swings on in. So increasing showers and storms, isolated strong thunderstorms between 3 and 8 o'clock tonight. Light snow tonight across the mountains and mainly across the plateau, actually, and I'll show you that here in a moment. But sunny and pleasant through the middle part of the week. So it's going to be short-lived. This is the last little round of storms that are going to be moving on through for several days. Then we'll dry out and we'll see plenty of sunshine. So no sunshine throughout the day today. It's going to be warm. It's going to be breezy. We start off in the 40s and 50s. We'll climb into the upper 50s as we get into the lunch hour. Here's that futurecast, picking up on the rain that's going to be moving its way on through. So do anticipate some rain showers for the lunch hour. But this low-pressure system and the cold front's going to be swinging through between 3 and 8 o'clock. And that's what's going to be the driving force for any isolated strong thunderstorms if we can get those really to fire up. We do have some instability in the mid-levels. We have a little bit of instability at the surface that we could tap into. And if we do, that's going to pop off a few isolated strong thunderstorms. And so damaging wind would be the main threat, locally heavy rainfall with any convective thunderstorms that would lead to the potential for some localized flooding because it's going to drop a lot of rain in a short amount of time on an already saturated ground. But anytime we have a low pressure like this that moves on through, just keep in mind that you can't rule out an isolated tornado. That's just the nature of the business, right? When you have strong low pressure systems moving on through. Is it going to be likely? No, not necessarily, but you can't rule that out. And we do have those tornado watches down across parts of the Gulf of Mexico. That races off to our north and east. We'll see some drier weather conditions as we get into about the 10 o'clock hour tonight, but then more rain and some falling temperatures. Temps fall pretty quickly overnight tonight with freezing temperatures across the plateau, and that's why we could see some snow there. Forecast highs today will top out in the 50s and 60s, so another mild, pleasant day despite the clouds and the rain showers. Temperature-wise, it's still going to be nice, and that's going to make for a nice evening when we're talking temperatures, but obviously we're going to be tracking in those thunderstorms for the evening commute and dinner and bedtime here tonight. All right, so we pick up our future cast at 10 o'clock. Here comes the colder air. It's going to come racing on in, and that is going to drop our temperatures for highs tomorrow, but it's going to be a chillier start to the day tomorrow. Notice the bout of snow possible across the mountains, and the plateau. So if we can squeeze out some of this moisture, if the colder air can catch up to some decent moisture on the backside of this low that's being advertised, I think we could see a quick little bout of a dusting up to 1 to 2 inches of snowfall on the plateau. That can't rule that out. Okay, is it likely that we're going to see that? Not necessarily, but most models for Crossville and surrounding areas have anywhere from about 0.2 inches of snowfall, so not much, all the way up to about 1.8 to 3.2. So generally speaking, I wouldn't be surprised if we get an inch or so of snow on the plateau tonight. That's where temperatures will drop down to near freezing or below. So we're going to be in the 20s and 30s. The valley and the mountains will be a little bit warmer, so all liquid precipitation, but not expecting a lot. This is going to be racing its way to the northeast, so it's going to drag some moisture with it. And then quickly clearing. Just quickly clearing. As the clouds move on out, we'll see abundant sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. And forecast highs tomorrow will be cooler, more seasonable, but pleasant. Now, we're still expected to pick up anywhere from 1 inch to 2 inches of rainfall across the area. And again, if we get some of these thunderstorms to develop, we may get even a quick higher amounts than that in some isolated locations. Talking about your snowfall forecast, here we go. So confidence has increased for some light snow across the higher elevations, no snow in the valley. The mountains, I don't necessarily know will get as much as the plateau based on the orientation of this. So I do think that the plateau has a good solid chance of about 1 inch of snow, maybe a little bit more, depending on, or maybe a little bit less, but we'll just cut it in the middle. Probably more likely to pick up 1/2 inch of snowfall, guaranteed. But I don't think it's going to cause any major issues. The ground's been warm. It's been warm this week. Plus, we've had some wet conditions in the wet roads. So no major travel concerns expected Tuesday morning, but it will be chilly. So here's your 3-day forecast. 60 today, more seasonable temperatures. Remember, average highs are in the low 50s for this time of year. And will be sunny and pleasant on into our Wednesday. Wednesday is going to be a nice day with temperatures in the mid-50s. Anybody have travel plans around the region? We're going to take you to the regional picture here for just a moment. Then we'll come say good morning to everybody on the chat. Unless you have to race out the door, head off to work. I thought today was Sunday when I first got up. I mean, I did watch the Super Bowl last night, at least some of it. Thought it was Sunday. Was not the case. So there we go. So through the day today, we're storms and breezy. We're going to make it to near 60, 51 degrees tomorrow, and then mid-50s again on into our Wednesday. When you look at your rain chances, rain's going to be elevated. Everybody gets soaked by the end of the day today. And then that rain fades away until maybe Saturday. And Saturday, another chance for some strong, some showers to move on through. Now, here's that big risk for severe weather around the region. I like to show the regional picture because it kind of gives you a broad view of how these storms play out. Sometimes if you keep it local all the time, you kind of get tunnel vision. You forget the rest of the world around us and how this is all evolving. So we do have a level 1 and level 2 risk for strong thunderstorms across the southeastern U.S., and that's where we do have that tornado watch currently in place across parts of the Gulf Coast states, all associated with the low-pressure system. Now, with low pressures, you get a lot of shear in the atmosphere. And because this is going to be moving its way right through East Tennessee, that brings us spin, shear, winds changing speed and direction with height. And so what that does is that allows for any storms to fire up to spin. And that's why there's always a tornado potential anytime a low's this close and we have a little bit of instability in the atmosphere. Again, damaging winds would be the main threat if we can fire up any of those. If you can tap into the energy. It's like baking a cake. If you forget the eggs, you're not going to have a cake. well, it's not like we're forgetting anything, but if we don't tap into that part of the atmosphere, we're just not going to get that severe weather potential, which is fine. We don't want the severe weather potential at all. And then look at that little bout of snow on the backside of that. Again, heavier snow across parts of Kentucky, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, but a little sliver of a quick little bout of snow is going to be popping its way through the area overnight tonight. Heaviest rain is going to be across parts of central Georgia, I should say, into central South Carolina, where they could pick up anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rainfall. So a lot of rainfall there. And the snowfall potential around the region, most of it's to our north and west. And so Pennsylvania, New York, West Virginia, Kentucky, and even west and middle Tennessee could get a quick little bout of some wet and heavy snow. All right, so your temperature trend, warm today, more seasonable tomorrow, but then look at this. By Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to be back into the mid to upper 50s. So a nice forecast on the way for the middle part of the week with plenty of sunshine and some nice, quiet, dry conditions. And then we'll fall to those seasonal averages again as we get into the weekend. Now, again, it's going to be more seasonable, as I mentioned, so that means morning lows are going to be colder as well. We're talking temperatures down into the 20s and 30s. So cold, it's off the chart on Sunday. Need to adjust that graphic, and I will here shortly. All right, by the way, don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app. If you've not done so yet, just go to the Google Play Store, the App Store. You can download it. eastTNweather is what you search. You can search that on Roku TV and also Amazon Fire TV. But the app's going to be a great tool, especially as we get into the afternoon and early evening hours for the evening commute. You want to track those storms. Remember to check in on the latest daily weather forecast update right there from the app as well. But the interactive radar is going to be the greatest tool as we get into the evening and then we start to track some of those showers and some of those thunderstorms. So don't forget to download that if you've not done so already. But I think most of you who have been on here probably have already done so already. So let's go say good morning to everybody. Are we tired this morning? Did we stay up and watch the entire Super Bowl? Some of you liked it. Some of you didn't. Some of you liked the halftime show. Some of you did not. And tomorrow, just an FYI, we're going to be talking about Valentine's Day traditions. Do you do traditions for Valentine's Day? And I asked that question for tomorrow because, well, we do traditions. So got Lee on here. Let's see. Oh, that's good to know. So Lee says Beaver Creek and Powell has already overflowed its banks. And so some minor flooding. And now here comes another 1 to pockets of 2 inches of rainfall. So this is going to create some issues. When we have rounds and rounds of rain like we just experienced, that's really what happens and what creates the flooding potential. And so we're going to end up with, probably 3 to 5 inches of rainfall before all is said and done in some locations. So all that water is trickling down somewhere. It's got to go into the creeks and the rivers. We've got everyone on here. So everyone's just saying good morning. Let's see. Oh, Buck's back on here this morning. We missed you yesterday, Buck, but he said the concert was great. Sorry I didn't make it, Buck. I tried to make it. Just wasn't in the cards. Maybe next time. If it was a band I was diehard about, like diehard, I definitely would have come. I like them. Not that I don't like them, but it just didn't have time. All right. Let's see. Buck said, very wet Mardi Gras in New Orleans. Yeah, friend said Bourbon Street was soaked. They were all having a good time. That is for sure. Julie said, good game, but exhausted this morning. Productivity across the world, really, but across the U.S. is super low today, which makes me wonder why they've never switched the Super Bowl to a Saturday. I know NFL's played on Sunday. I get it. And college sports on Saturday. But during the Super Bowl, put it on Saturday. Let people hang out on Sunday and not have to go to work. I mean, not everybody doesn't have to go to work, but most of our society doesn't work over the weekend, right? Most. Bobby says, just tired because it's Monday. Bobby, you got a case of the Mondays this morning, do you? Got Debbie from Townsend and Eva from Newport on here again this morning. Bobby, I'm glad I found you as well. I said, missed watching you. Watching your weather forecast. Love the app too. Bobby, thanks so much. And if you like it, pass it along to everybody you know. We do this Wake Up with Witcher every day, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday at 8 o'clock. For those of you that may be new to Wake Up with Witcher and the East Tennessee Weather Platform. And if you like what you see, pass along the word. Any travel concerns going up 81 early tomorrow morning? Nah. Nope. Cumberland Plateau, probably see some snow, but I don't think 81 is going to have any concerns. Buck says, if widespread panic comes, you better show. Oh, I will. If panic comes, I'll come. How about that, Buck? Deal? Deal. Oh, nice. Angela was in the Florida Keys. Were you chasing buck, Angela? She was doing some fly fishing in the Florida Keys. That sounds fun. Buck just got back from Florida, the Florida Keys. Or you were in Key. Yeah, Florida Keys, right? That's Key West. Yeah. Betty said she was sleeping through the game. Boo. It's always fun to watch. Any big commercials? Which ones? Which commercials did you really, really like? Anybody? I was kind of bouncing around. The kids were down the street. I was kind of bouncing around the neighborhood a little bit. So didn't necessarily watch all of the commercials. Plus, I met up with a buddy of mine from Nashville who happened to be in town yesterday. So that was fun. Buck says the fishing was fantastic. That is amazing. Now it's after the Super Bowl. Now we're on to March Madness, right? Maybe we should do a fun, maybe I'll post this on social and we'll do a fun, whoever's on the chat can join in on a bracket. Maybe we'll just do a fun bracket. Should we? I'll give away, whoever wins, I'll give away a t-shirt, a free t-shirt. How about that? Should we do that? I think we should do that. That'd be kind of fun. I think you get a little bit more involved into March Madness if you fill out those brackets. Don't you think? I think so. All right, 7:16 right now. Checking that time so you don't run late. Let's go ahead and check back in on the T-Dot cameras here at this hour. As we may have, I don't think that we do. I haven't heard of anything yet, but let's see if there's any accidents out there to get this Monday started. Oh, we got a slowdown on the eastbound lane. A couple slowdowns, actually, from Watt Road. Let's check in on that. This would be the eastbound lane of Watt Road, so if you travel that direction, you'll be running into a slowdown there. And then it extends all the way up into Campbell Station Road, so you can see the slowdown now on Campbell Station Road, and you can see how wet the roads are this morning, so that's going to slow some folks down. That is right there at 40 and Level Road. The left lane is blocked. Ponding water ahead. Use caution is what they say. Okay, so that's 40 west on Level Road. That's the westbound lane. So ponding water. You can see the road crews out there. That's going to slow some of you down here this morning. Other than that, it doesn't seem to appear that we have any major issues to get the day started. Let's go ahead and recap our weather forecast here for the day today. It's now 7:17. On this good old Monday. We do have some rain showers already starting to work their way back across the Southern Valley, and that's really going to be the story throughout the day today. So we do have some wet roads to get the morning started, but the roads will be really wet as we get into the evening rush hour. And again, we have a chance for some isolated strong thunderstorms. So another tool on that app, if you didn't accept the notifications on the East Tennessee Weather app, probably a good idea to go back into your phone and make sure those notifications are turned on, because you'll get severe thunderstorm warnings. You'll get any sort of watches issued by the National Weather Service or push notifications, because if we do have some severe weather tonight and I need to go live, I'll be going live. Heavy rain over the last 3 to 5 days across the Northern Valley. We saw anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. The Southern Valley, not nearly as much through this past weekend, but a lot more on the way. And so the National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for the Central and Southern Valley that runs until 7 o'clock here tonight, at which point most of the rain is going to start to slowly subside, or quickly subside anyways, and move on out. We do have a wind advisory for the higher elevations. This runs until noon on Tuesday, so it is going to be a breezy and gusty day, and that's why any of the storms that could fire up may produce some damaging wind gusts. We got some energy in the atmosphere, a lot of spin in the atmosphere as well. It's called wind shear. Winds changing speed and direction with height. And so because of that, we do have that elevated risk for some strong thunderstorms. So the Storm Prediction Center has issued a level 1 risk between basically about 3 and 8 o'clock here tonight would be the best timing on that. That's our window if we were to see any severe storms. So increasing showers and storms, isolated strong thunderstorms between 3 and 8 o'clock, light snow tonight across the mountains and the plateau, maybe even more so for the plateau, which we'll highlight that in a second. Can't rule out less than an inch of snow for the plateau as we wake up early Tuesday morning. Through the day today, not a huge warm-up, but still above average. This morning, we're basically sitting at average temperatures in the 50s. We're going to see rounds of rain. Warm front's going to be swinging its way through. Then the area of low pressure and the cold front comes on through. There's 3 to 5, 3 to 8, 7 o'clock, and that's going to be the timing of those isolated thunderstorms that we'll be developing right along the leading edge of the cold front. And because the area of low pressure is so right into our area, that brings that shear, that wind shear that I was talking about. As we head into the evening hours, that will quickly race on out, and then we start to transition to that colder weather pattern. Forecast highs, not bad, warm, breezy. We're going to make it into the 50s and the 60s, so not much change in the temperatures, and we won't drop too quickly here all the way through 10 o'clock, but temperatures drop pretty quickly, I'd say For the plateau, probably closer to 6, 7 o'clock tonight, the temperatures will start to drop, and that will be felt here around the valley locations as we get into about 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when those temperatures really start to come on down. That's going to make for a chillier start to our Tuesday. So here's what your future cast looks like from 10 o'clock tonight into the overnight. Watch this. If the cold air can catch up to a little bit of a moisture source, so the models are still hinting at some pretty decent moisture on the backside of that. As the cold air comes on in, that's what could transition some of this over to snow. For the plateau, that's where morning lows will drop down to near freezing, and everyone else will have morning lows above freezing, but definitely colder than what we've been experiencing over the last couple of mornings. And then abundant sunshine Tuesday and Wednesday, so really nice weather pattern is on the way. Additional rainfall amounts. Again, remember the Northern Valley has already picked up anywhere from 2 to 4 inches of rainfall. We're talking about an additional half an inch to over an inch of rainfall across parts of the Northern Valley, with maybe even higher amounts with some of those thunderstorms that develop. The Southern Valley likely to pick up about an inch of rain, so we'll end this whole event with probably probably about 2 to 5 inches of rainfall in some locations, and that's why the creeks and rivers are definitely on the rise. All right, here's your snowfall forecast. Confidence has increased for some light snow across the higher elevations. Again, we're not going to get a strong northwesterly flow to usher in those clouds and wring out the atmosphere. This is a little different. The low is going to track its way quickly to the northeast, and so we don't get that strong northwest flow bringing in the clouds, so wringing out the atmosphere for more snow in the mountains. I do think that the plateau gets clipped by some snow, and then it races on out because we'll see quickly improving conditions throughout the day tomorrow with abundant sunshine. So increase in sunshine quickly on Tuesday. Temperatures right around 51 degrees. And then as we get into our Wednesday, we'll see those temperatures back into the mid-50s. So we sure hope you have a wonderful and safe day. It is now 7:22, trying to check that time, so don't run late on this Monday. Maybe you're running a little sleepy, a little tired here this morning. Peace out, Buck. Buck says, peace out, everybody. He's got to get off to work, I suppose. Just checking on the chat, see if anybody has any other questions. So Mary Ann says, I watched some of the game, really wet outside right now and still sprinkling here this morning with a lot more rain on the way. Good morning, Cody. Got Cheryl on here as well as Kelly. Kelly says, I thought it was supposed to be really cold, a really cold February. I know it's still early, but all the outlooks look average so far. What's up? A blizzard in March again? LOL. Happy Soggy Monday, Mike. Well, happy Soggy Monday to you as well, Kelly. Yeah, no, I mean, we're not really. We may transition to below average temperatures to round out the month, but that doesn't necessarily mean freezing temperatures. I think yesterday we talked about it. A couple of the days that I will be watching here. Let me look at my notes. We are going to be watching closely. I believe it was February 29th. I believe it's the date that I wrote down. I think it's February 29th. I can't find it off the top of my head. But I wrote it down somewhere. But anyways, yeah, February 29th, going to be watching that closely. That looks like maybe a next signal of some even colder air. And if there's moisture with it, then maybe we'll get some snow. But only time will tell. Only time will tell, my friends. All right, good morning, Tammy and Tina. Went to the mountains yesterday. Waters are over the banks in Townsend, and so with more rain on the way, that's going to be the issue. We will start to dry out throughout parts of the middle part of the week, and quite a bit more sunshine is on the way. Bobby says, let's not talk about the snow or the cold. Let's talk about the warm weather. Well, it's been nice. It's been pretty warm. Katrina says, yes, the 29th. Going to be watching that one. Good morning, Chris. Got Edwin on here a little late turning in Crossville Central Time. So, Edwin, watch out. You do have a chance of snow. So, Edwin, I'd love a report tomorrow morning for Wake Up with Witcher. So, join us tomorrow morning, Edwin, so you can give us a report, a live report anyways, about what's going on in Crossville or Cumberland County. And did you get any snow? Because there's a chance for some snow on the backside. Bobby says his 40th birthday is on the 18th. Well, join us on your birthday, Bobby, and we'll wish you a happy birthday right here on the platform. Hope for warm hiking weather. Love me some hiking. Cody's ready for some more cold, but I think, Cody, you're probably one of the only ones on here that's ready for some more cold. Some of you want colder air, some of you not so much. I think a lot of us are ready for some spring weather. But always this time of year, we get teased by the warm weather. Flowers start coming out. We want to get off to the stores and start doing some landscaping and planting, but you know it's always too early. You can't do it. Really got to wait through much of March, really, to be honest with you. Otherwise, you can get the frost and freeze, and that program will be back in effect as we get into the spring months. Chris's birthday is the 18th as well, so both of you join us. We'll wish you a happy birthday right here from East Tennessee Weather, from all of us to you. All right, my friends, I sure hope you have a wonderful and safe Monday. It is Monday. Hopefully you don't have the Monday blues, but as we get back to it, we sure hope you have a great day. Remember to check back in with I will give you updates through social media throughout the day today to check in on the severe weather potential as we get into the afternoon hours. You've been watching Wake Up with Witcher. It always broadcasts Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock, Saturday and Sunday at 8 o'clock in the morning. This is the Mike Stevens home studio. We're going to send it back to the 24-hour weather channel. I'll let that go for a little bit. Then we'll shut it down and come back to social for more weather updates throughout the day today. So have a wonderful and safe day. Be safe. Be kind to each other, my friends. Life is short.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Rusty Wallace Kia on Alcoa Highway. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new Kia comes with Rusty's exclusive, no-charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price will not be the problem at Rusty Wallace Kia on Alcoa Highway.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather, powered by Rusty Wallace Automotive Group.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Sure hope you had a great weekend. Definitely a rainy weekend. North and along and north, I should say, of Interstate 40. We picked up over 2 to 3 pockets of 4 inches of rainfall. South of Interstate 40, not nearly as much. We had 1 to 2 and a few pockets of higher amounts across the southern Cumberland Plateau. But the rain's not over. This is our last wave coming through during the day today and overnight tonight. It's going to increase our showers and thunderstorms. Could see a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms and then some light snow across the mountains in the plateau, with sunny and pleasant weather through the middle and latter part of the week. So let's go ahead and get you out the door here on this Monday morning. We start off with temperatures in the 50s. We climb into the upper 50s as we get into the noon hour. Should be mostly dry for the most part, but anytime after lunchtime, we'll start to see the showers and some thunderstorms ramp up. We do have a chance for a few isolated strong thunderstorms south of Interstate 40 per the Storm Prediction Center. So damaging winds would be the main threat. But again, locally heavy rainfall is going to be the story throughout the day today as a strong area of low pressure and the cold front swings its way into the area between 3 and 8 o'clock here tonight. That's going to be our window for a chance for some isolated strong thunderstorms. And then it races on out of here and we'll start to see improving conditions throughout Tuesday. Highs today, warm and breezy. So we have a flood watch across the Southern Valley. We have a wind advisory across the mountains, and that's going to continue throughout the day today. Into the evening hours we go. 58 degrees by 6. By 10 o'clock, we'll down to about 53. The storms will wind down, and then we'll transition to a cooler weather pattern as those temperatures drop pretty quickly overnight tonight. We're going to be down into the 30s as we get started on Tuesday. I'll walk you through the rest of your futurecast, talk about those temperatures on your 3-day. That's all coming up in just 5 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and pick up our timeline again at 7 o'clock here tonight. Again, that's going to be the timing of some strong thunderstorms. And then overnight tonight, here comes the colder air. Temperatures drop pretty quickly overnight tonight, especially across the plateau, with some light snow showers developing. And can't rule out some light dusting of snow, maybe upwards of an inch or so across parts of the plateau as we wake up on Tuesday morning. We'll have some chillier temperatures there in the low 30s and some upper 20s. Everyone else will stay above freezing, so all liquid precipitation at best for the valley. But then quickly clearing and a beautiful Tuesday out ahead of us with temperatures warming nicely, but still cooler, more seasonable temperatures. But rainfall amounts with this whole system as it moves on through will pick up anywhere from an inch to another pockets of 2 inches. And so the ground's saturated, the water levels are rising, and that's why that flood potential is definitely there. Plus, confidence is increasing for some light snow across the higher elevations, the mountains and the plateau, but maybe even more likely across the Cumberland Plateau based on the orientation of this storm. So we'll keep you posted on that, but make sure you check back in. All right, your 3-day forecast, 60 today, down to 51, increase in sunshine tomorrow, sunny and pleasant on into our Wednesday afternoon. All right, let's recap those weather headlines. Again, we do have a chance for isolated strong thunderstorms throughout the day today between about 3 and 8 o'clock. Not a huge chance, but there is still a chance. Plus, locally heavy rainfall. Flood watches has been added to much of our region. And then some light snow showers overnight tonight with sunny and pleasant weather throughout the middle part of the week. So the rain's going to be with us today, but fades away for the most of the week. And then we'll kind of ramp back up as we get into our Saturday as another system heads our way. So here's the area of low pressure. That's going to spread into rain showers throughout the day today. Isolated strong thunderstorms as we get into the evening hours, again between about 3 and 8 o'clock, and then a bout of snow possible on the backside of that system as it swings its way on through. So the heaviest rain is going to be down into parts of Georgia and South Carolina, but here across East Tennessee and the Tennessee Valley, we could still pick up about an inch to maybe pockets of 2 inches of rainfall. Snowfall forecast over into West Tennessee, Kentucky, up into West Virginia and Pennsylvania, with a chance for some snow across the higher terrain around East Tennessee. Here's your temperature trend. We're going to see those temps back to those seasonal averages tomorrow. Then we climb above average as we get into our Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and more seasonable high temperatures return Saturday and Sunday. Chilly over the next several mornings. The warmest mornings will come through on Friday and Saturday. Have a great day. All right, recapping our local weather here around East Tennessee, and we do have a risk for some isolated strong thunderstorms south of Interstate 40. Best timing on that's going to be between about 3 and 8 o'clock here this evening as the cold front swings its way on through. You can see our future cast picking up on the timeline with our showers working their way back into the area thanks to a warm front. Here comes the cold front and area of low pressure, and that's going to track its way out of Middle Tennessee, and that's what's going to be the driving force for some isolated strong thunderstorms. So we'll have to watch out for that. That races on out of here, and then that colder air comes racing back into the area, and that's what's going to drop our temperatures by tomorrow, not to mention bring a bout of snow possible across parts of the northern plateau, southern, southeastern Kentucky, a little bit of snow across the highest peaks of the Smokies. We're talking about, I'd say less than an inch, but maybe 1 to 2 inches of snowfall cannot be ruled out because we have a bout of some pretty decent moisture moving on through. Temperatures will be below freezing across the plateau. The valley and the mountains will be hovering just above freezing, and then abundant sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. Rainfall totals, we're still looking at another inch to maybe pockets of 2 inches. And yes, the confidence is increasing for some higher terrain snow. Again, possibly a little bit more across the Cumberland Plateau. I'll have more updates throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours. 3-day forecast, we're going to drop to those seasonal averages on Tuesday, abundant sunshine Tuesday, and also on Wednesday. See you soon.
folks, it's Jake from Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville. We're kicking off the new year right. You'll save more than ever before in 2024. The price won't be the problem with deals like these. Get rates as low as 0.9%. Get $7,000 over KBB value for your trade. Plus, every new vehicle comes with Rusty's exclusive, no charge 200,000-mile warranty. And don't forget, the price won't be the problem at Rusty Wallace Key of Knoxville, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Hi, everyone. Happy Monday. Sure hope you had a great weekend. Definitely a rainy weekend. North and along and north, I should say, of Interstate 40, we picked up over 2 to 3 pockets of 4 inches of rainfall. South of Interstate 40, not nearly as much. We had 1 to 2 and a few pockets of higher amounts across the southern Cumberland Plateau. But the rain's not over. This is our last wave coming through during the day today and overnight tonight. It's going to increase our showers and thunderstorms. Could see a couple of isolated strong thunderstorms and then some light snow across the mountains in the plateau, with sunny and pleasant weather through the middle and latter part of the week. So let's go ahead and get you out the door here on this Monday morning. We start off with temperatures in the 50s. We climb into the upper 50s as we get into the noon hour. Should be mostly dry for the most part, but anytime after lunchtime, we'll start to see the showers and some thunderstorms ramp up. We do have a chance for a few isolated strong thunderstorms south of Interstate 40 per the Storm Prediction Center. So damaging winds would be the main threat. But again, locally heavy rainfall is going to be the story throughout the day today. As a strong area of low pressure and the cold front swings its way into the area between 3 and 8 o'clock here tonight. That's going to be our window for a chance for some isolated strong thunderstorms. And then it races on out of here, and we'll start to see improving conditions throughout Tuesday. Highs today, warm and breezy. So we have a flood watch across the Southern Valley. We have a wind advisory across the mountains, and that's going to continue throughout the day today. Into the evening hours we go. 58 degrees by 6. By 10 o'clock, we'll down to about 53. The storms will wind down, and then we'll transition to a cooler weather pattern as those temperatures drop pretty quickly overnight tonight. We're going to be down into the 30s as we get started on Tuesday. I'll walk you through the rest of your futurecast, talk about those temperatures on your 3-day. That's all coming up in just 5 minutes. All right, let's go ahead and pick up our timeline again at 7 o'clock here tonight. And again, that's going to be the timing of some strong thunderstorms. And then overnight tonight, here comes the colder air. Temperatures drop pretty quickly overnight tonight, especially across the plateau, with some light snow showers developing. And can't rule out some light dusting of snow, maybe upwards of an inch or so across parts of the plateau as we wake up on Tuesday morning. We'll have some chillier temperatures there in the low 30s and some upper 20s. Everyone else will stay above freezing. So all liquid precipitation at best for the valley. But then quickly clearing and a beautiful Tuesday out ahead of us with temperatures warming nicely, but still cooler, more seasonable temperatures. But rainfall amounts with this whole system as it moves on through will pick up anywhere from an inch to another pockets of 2 inches. And so the ground's saturated, the water levels are rising, and that's why that flood potential is definitely there. Plus, confidence is increasing for some light snow across the higher elevations, the mountains and the plateau, but maybe even more likely across the Cumberland Plateau based on the orientation of this storm. So we'll keep you posted on that, but make sure you check back in. All right, your 3-day forecast, 60 today, down to 51, increase in sunshine tomorrow, sunny and pleasant on into our Wednesday afternoon. All right, let's recap those weather headlines. Again, we do have a chance for isolated strong thunderstorms throughout the day today between about 3 and 8 o'clock. Not a huge chance, but there is still a chance. Plus, locally heavy rainfall. Flood watches has been added to much of our region. And then some light snow showers overnight tonight with sunny and pleasant weather throughout the middle part of the week. So the rain's going to be with us today, but fades away for the most of the week. And then we'll kind of ramp back up as we get into our Saturday as another system heads our way. So here's the area of low pressure. That's going to spread into rain showers throughout the day today. Isolated strong thunderstorms as we get into the evening hours, again between about 3 and 8 o'clock, and then a bout of snow possible on the backside of that system as it swings its way on through. So the heaviest rain is going to be down into parts of Georgia and South Carolina, but here across East Tennessee and the Tennessee Valley, we could still pick up about 1 inch to maybe pockets of 2 inches of rainfall. Snowfall forecast over into West Tennessee, Kentucky, up into West Virginia and Pennsylvania, with a chance for some snow across the higher terrain around East Tennessee. Here's your temperature trend. We're going to see those temps back to those seasonal averages tomorrow. Then we climb above average as we get into our Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and more seasonable high temperatures return Saturday and Sunday. Chilly over the next several mornings. The warmest mornings will come through on Friday and Saturday.